Why Samsung? Why? Now, I know some of you are going to wonder what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is what happened to Samsung? They are not the company that I came to love. When I first became a Samsung user, my first Samsung device was the Samsung S4. Thought it was a great device, really enjoyed using it. And then, of course, I ended up with all of these devices. Now, if anybody can say they're a Samsung Knight, it is me. As you can see, everything on this table is by Samsung. Everything. Okay. Note 4, Note 9, Note 10 Plus, Note 20 Ultra, Galaxy Fold 2, S20 Ultra. This is the Note 7 Fan Edition and the S20 Plus. Gear S, Gear S3, Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. So I'm a Samsung Knight, no doubt about it. But Samsung in the last few years have gone in a direction that I don't understand it. They just they just keep removing things off their devices. They've disappointed me. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm only speaking for me. Now, the thing that kills me is like it doesn't matter what some of these companies do, people are still going to buy their devices no matter what. And I just think that doesn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, money is not grown on trees. People work hard for their money. And at the end of the day, you want value for your money. And I believe in value for your money. But I don't like what Samsung has done. Now, I'm just going to try to go through this quick with all the different changes that they've done from one device to the next. Also, with their smartphone. Now, I don't have every single Samsung device here. Of course, I've had some other, mid-range devices too. But I'm just going to talk about the changes I've seen done in these devices. So the Note 4 was a great device when it came out. Pretty much had everything you would want in the device. Headphone jack. It actually had an IR blaster. Yes, IR blaster right there. Yep, headphone jack. Remember this? You can take this off and swap out the battery. Remember that? You can take the battery out. It had your SD card support. I remember them days. Now, this was a serious monster of a device. Now, I don't like when they put the speaker on the back. It used to be down here on the Note 3. So I didn't like that change. I thought that change was pretty dumb. Still had the heart rate monitor right there. Of course, you have your S Pen down here. And you had the LED notification. Of course, home button right here with the fingerprint sensor. Still got a beautiful display. Now this phone does have a little screen burn-in, but this phone is super old, super old, but it still has a beautiful display, and it's lag city when it comes to this device. But I love this device. Now when they updated it, they ruined the battery on it, among other things. With the Note 9, this is one of my favorite devices of all time by Samsung. You had your iris sensor, which is something they removed from the Note 10 Plus. You had your LED notification sensor, which they removed from the Note 10 Plus. Okay. Still had your headphone jack. No headphone jack on the Note 10 Plus. Why? Okay. I understand about the LED and the note and the LED and the iris sensor, even though I don't like that they removed it because I don't think they had to. They could have just made the top just thinner and just still kept it. But they removed it. With the Note 10 Plus, you lost. Oh, and also you had the heart rate monitor. So with the Note 10 Plus, you lost the headphone jack, the LED notification sensor, the iris sensor, okay, and the heart rate monitor. You lost all of those with the Note 10 Plus. This was Samsung's most complete Note that they ever created. And this is still to this day a great device. And I still use this. Okay. Expandable storage. This thing had everything except a wide angle lens. That's all. That's the only thing this was missing. An IR blaster, which they when they had this phone, they after the Note 4 they removed it. All right, so with the Note 10 Plus, you already know they removed the headphone jack, iris sensor, LED, and the heart rate monitor, and they put the power button on the left side, which was stupid placement. Made no sense. But you did get 256 gigs of internal storage. You still had expandable memory, excuse me. So that was still good. Okay. And you got 12 gigs of RAM. So 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage. That was the base storage. And you had 12 gigs of RAM. And you got a 4,300 milliamp battery, which should have been either 5,000 milliamp hours or 45. 43, I don't know why they did that. Dual speakers on here, pretty good. Cameras, really good. But the power button on the left side made no sense. But you can see what you lost with this one. So you go to the Note 20 Ultra. Note 20 Ultra, you're still getting expandable memory, but you lose the 256 gigs of internal storage for the base model. You end up with 128. So you had 256 on the previous Note. It take you back down to 120, 128. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So why do that? And this actually costed more than this, but they took away that. Then they turned around and put the what do you call it, the S Pen on the left side, which is stupid placement. I don't understand that. Okay. And you still don't have no LED, no heart rate monitor, no iris sensor. So now you lost the 256 gigs of internal memory that came with this device. And also on top of that, and I forgot to mention with the Note 10 Plus, you have 45-watt super fast charging capability. Okay, on this one, you go to the next year, calling this off the Ultra, and they reduce it down to 25-watt super fast charging. Why? Why? Also, I failed to mention, because I'm trying to do this without using my script, 9 watts reverse wireless charging. They reduced this down to 4.5 watt wireless charging. Why? Why the reduction with the internal memory? Why the reduction in the fast charging? Why the reduction in the reverse wireless charging? Why? Okay. I don't understand that. So now, oh, and also with the Note 20 Ultra. Now with the Note 10 Plus, you got the charger in the box. You had, I believe, you had S Pens. S Pen tips, and also you had AKG headphones in the box. With the Note 20 Ultra, you only got the charger. That's it. No headphones, no S Pen tips, no case, no nothing. I don't understand it. This is calling itself the Ultra, $1,200. This was $1,100, so you're spending more but getting less. So now you go over to the Fold, brand new thing on the market. Awesome, new tech. You know it's going to be expensive. It was $2,000 plus tax. But think about this. You got a really great presentation. You got a case, you got earbuds, okay? A case and earbuds. You got the charger, all the stuff in the box, and you got a case. So case, earbuds, charger, and 512 gigs of internal memory, along with 12 gigs of RAM. So 512 gigs of internal storage. Now, of course, no headphone jack, no expandable memory, which I thought was ridiculous for this to be $2,000. Like, why would you charge me $2,000? I don't get a headphone jack, no heart rate monitor, no LED, no expandable memory. Like, are you kidding me? But they did give you a nice presentation as far as having a case, earbuds, and you got the charger in the box. So next, you go to the Fold 2. Now with this, just let me show you this really quick. Of course, you got a smaller display. Okay, smaller outer display. This was the first. But I will say this, as you can see, no damage, no cracks, no scratches, no nothing. Top quality. Samsung does make quality devices, no question about that. But here is the two. Bigger display, little heavier, better cameras, but there's a problem. What is the problem? You only got the charger in the box, no case, no earbuds, and they took the 512 gigs of internal storage that was in here and reduced it down to 256. Why? This was $2,000 too. So the price did not even change between the two devices. You got less internal storage, you got no case, no earbuds, no presentation, but you still paid the same price. Why? Why Samsung? So you get over here to the S20 Ultra, 6.9-inch display, no headphone jack. Of course, you do get expandable memory, but you get 45-watt super fast charging, 9-watt reverse wireless charging, which is cool. That's what you want. Okay. All right. So, but when you came out with the S21 Ultra, they took away expandable memory. They took away 45-watt charging and they reduced your reverse wireless charging down to 4.5 watts. And you got a smaller display at 6.8 instead of 6.9. Why Samsung? I don't understand that. And this was a $1,400 device. Of course, not much to say about the Note 7 that had a battery issue, but this was a complete Note, no problem. Now you come over to the S20 Plus. This pretty much gave you everything that you want except no headphone jack, no heart rate monitor, no LED, no iris sensor, none of that. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't like that, but okay, it is what it is. But with the S21 Plus, now this had quad HD resolution. That one didn't even have quad HD resolution, so they took that away and gave you 1080p. Like, why Samsung? Like, you turn around, every time they keep going up, they keep taking stuff back, but yet charging you more money. This is probably one of my favorite smartwatches ever. Look how big this screen is. And Samsung, instead of making another one similar to make it better, they went to a rounded one. Now, this didn't come right after this one. It was the Gear S2, but the screen was super small. They just started trying to, do the rotating bezel, but it was very hard to turn, and I didn't like it. And it was just too small. I mean, it was like 42 millimeters. Like, how do you go from something this big to something that's 42 millimeters? Like, no, that didn't work. Now, I like the Gear S3, don't get me wrong, but this bezel can be kind of hard to turn sometimes. It just is finicky. Excuse me, don't worry about it. I ain't worrying about that falling. So then it came up with the Watch 4 Classic. Now, I didn't have all the Samsung watches because I just wasn't interested in them. But when I saw this and I saw the rotating bezel and also that the font size was so much bigger, like when I want to see, well, I don't really have anything here to see right now, but if you can see that, let me see. I don't want to get too close. Hopefully the focus, hold up. Okay. See, the font size is just so much bigger. It's easier to see everything. This is a great watch. No problem with this. But think about this. With the Watch 5 that's out, they took away the rotating bezel. Like, Samsung, why? Why are you doing this? The rotating bezel is what makes this device stand out from the rest. And you took that away. It's like every time you turn around, Samsung keeps taking away things that that we want and that we like in their devices. Why? All of these changes. And I could have missed something, but I just wanted to, talk about the things that I noticed, but that's pretty bad. So Samsung is no longer the company that I've grown to love over the years. They just keep reducing things. Just think about the S23 Ultra that just came out. Went from 15-watt wireless charging down to 10, but nobody's really talking about that. Nobody's talking about how it's not really a huge upgrade from the S22 Ultra, but people are still going to go out there and buy it. Why? Because it's got the latest and greatest, because it's going to get 4 years and 5 year security update. Like, it's about value, people. You get nothing in the box. Like, it don't make no sense. But That's my take on it. Why Samsung? Now me, I'm getting into Vivo and Xiaomi, and of course I like OnePlus, but that's just me. Y'all can do what you want. I have these. I'll keep these. I can use them as long as I want till they stop working. But I'm not buying any new Samsung products. Now I may get something new just to review it, and it's going back, but I'm not keeping it because it's not worth it to me. I just feel like you're not getting value anymore for what you're paying for. But Samsung do make quality products. I will say that. So thank you for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. This was a little rant, but I think I was pretty nice, compared to how emotional I could have been. But at the end of the day, it's just a smartphone. So y'all take care, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.